I accepted everything
Where does
indiscriminately.
the lair of the white worm fall in?
I'm very fond of that film.
That's
Have you
great.
seen it?
Yeah, of course. It's a fucking trip.
Yeah. Well, people who take a lot of drugs do love it.
Well, Ken Russell's a wild man. How it must have been
Yeah,
great.
he was a wild man, and I mean, he was very talented, but by that stage, he was also very fond of a good lunch, let's just say.
Yeah.
So it was already a fairly wild film in the mornings.
Yeah.
By the time he'd had a lunch with 2 bottles of wine,
Uh-huh.
it was really a different story. And his style of directing became ever more eccentric. So he would say, I remember there's a scene in that film where I have to pick up a big sword
Yeah.
and cut a lady snake monster in half.
Right.
It didn't feel quite right. And I said, this shot doesn't feel quite comfortable for me. And his immortal words to me were, well, fuck how it fucking feels. Do it how I fucking showed you, you cunt. And that is not out of the classic directorial handbook.
Yeah, you got to be at it for a few years to have that kind of insight.
Yeah.
That must have been, was that close to his last movie? I wonder.
Yeah, close to. And I'm never really sure what he intended with that film, because it's possible it was meant to be a serious horror film. And then we had a read through the night before we started shooting, and the cast laughed so hard with tears streaming down our face. But I think at that point he thought we might ham it up a bit.
And he didn't stop you. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.